I'm a big movie fan. I got a very specific favorite kind of movie. I like movies about high school kids who are all trying to lose their virginities before they graduate. That's my favorite kind of movie. My problem with it is it's always like a group of 4 dudes. I want to see that movie with 4 girls instead. And they meet up at the beginning like, we're in this together, right, girls? We're gonna lose our virginities before prom, let's do it. And then the next day, all 4 of them are like, done! That was so easy! It happened so fast. Stacey, I had sex leaving your house yesterday. I have no idea what we're gonna do for the rest of this movie.
Comedy wins again! Because it's time for another episode of Laughs. So let's get wasted and yell stuff at the TV. It's time for Laughs. Welcome to Laughs. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and tonight we have some new faces and some old faces and some new faces that kind of look familiar, so you might think they're old faces, and some old faces that look new. I'm making this too complicated. Here's some funny people saying some funny stuff.
I do love this job. I get to tell jokes. I do TV and stuff like that, but I do have a part-time job. I have a degree in aeronautical engineering from the United States Air Force Academy. I'm a veteran. Thank you very much. Veteran of the Air Force. I mean, it sounds impressive, aeronautical engineering, but I found out that it is totally useless in everyday life. Any other engineers in the room? We try to use our degree, and it always fails. Like, I tried to use my degree at the beach. This little kid was flying a kite. I'm like, hey, kid, you want me to explain how that kite flies? And the kid said, stranger! Stranger, mommy! I'm like, it's okay. No boner, just science. It's just science. Doesn't backfires on me.
I'm on every dating app. I've cast a very wide net. My new dating motto has become no man left behind. But I'm not good at them. I'm not good at them because you have to be kind of good at the witty banter back and forth where you get to know each other. And I always overdo it and throw in one little extra token of my personality and end up scaring the crap out of the guy. Like, this one guy messaged me just last Friday, and he was a real catch, a gentleman. I could tell he looked through all 3 of my photos. He sends me a message, and he goes, wow, great teeth, nice smile, and all kinds of pretty hair. And I responded right away, and I said, wait till you see my balls. And in my head, it was honestly the cutest, wittiest thing I could have thrown at him at the time. Like, I was at home like, he's gonna eat this up. I'm screenshotting it and sending it to my friends, and he blocked me. It just hurts, you know? I wish if we could have one dating app, I wish that we could have like a Shazam of dating apps. If you don't know what Shazam is, it's an app, when you hear a song, you're like, all you have to do is push a button. It tells you everything you need to know about the artist. I wish we could do that for dudes. So if I see a little hottie walking down the street, I can just be like, all right, okay. Shazam. Steve, 42, recently divorced, lives with his mom. Definitely not. Okay. Shazam. Marquez, 27, loves Ariana Grande, drinks mojitos. I'll introduce you to my friend Kevin. So loves mojitos. Okay. Shazam. Justin, 25, HBO Go account, hates butt stuff. Hi, I'm Becky.
I went to a Jay-Z concert last summer, and the dude sitting next to me recorded the entire concert on his cell phone. Here, this guy had paid hundreds of dollars to simply watch the concert through the screen of his phone. All he cared about was reliving the moment later instead of enjoying the moment in the moment. And I felt for him. I was legit sad. Because he had a flip phone. And I was like, the quality of that video is going to be terrible.
These comics are at the top of their game. I mean, these are the next Seinfelds, Louis C.K.'s, Amy Schumer's, or they're the next Carrot Top. Who's to say? Which brings us to this week's Insta Answer. Who is the greatest comic of all time? Take it to Twitter or Instagram and tweet out a picture of who you think it is. Remember to use the hashtag LaughsTV so we can find you. Your vote matters. It probably doesn't, but isn't it nice to feel like it does? That feels kind of good, right? Here's Mike Paramore.
I am an emotional dude, man. Men do dumb stuff when they're emotional. I almost lost my friend because he was emotional over a girl he didn't even know. He sent me a text message, Mike, call me. I'm like, okay, what happened? I call him. He says, oh, I was just making sure. I'm like, making sure what? He said, oh, well, I was at the bar last night, gave this girl my phone number. I haven't heard from her today, so I just want to make sure my phone was still working. So what you telling me is you think you got more game than Verizon Wireless has reliable service? That's the quickest way not to be my friend no more. I just can't do it, man. I can't do the same stuff I used to do, man. I'm an old dude. I used to love Facebook. I used to be on Facebook all the time. I hate Facebook now. Mainly because you people are getting on my nerves. You are taking Facebook too seriously. It is a game. It is fantasy. It's not real. You got 500 friends. You don't know half of those people. It's not real. You got 500 friends, but you still in the bathroom mirror taking pictures of your damn self. What, everybody was busy? All 500 had something to do? Nobody can help you out take a picture real quick? Nobody? Nobody? Facebook is too emotional. I don't like it. I get lost all the time. I go leave a comment on something somebody posted. Somebody else left a funny comment. So I click on that person, check them out, see who they are. Then Facebook suggests somebody that could be my friend. So I click on them, check them out, see who they are. I see somebody with, some big, nice body. And I click on them, see what their personality is like. People, this process goes on and on and on. And before you know it, I'm looking at 137 pictures of a cookout that I wasn't even at. Who are these kids? Where did 2 hours go? This is dumb.
I was in Florida pretty recently, and I found out that they're still doing bath salts in Florida. That blew my mind. I figure one person eats a face, and the rest of us should be like, we're not gonna do that drug anymore. But this guy did bath salts in Florida recently, took off all his clothes, started running around and yelling that he was Thor. So this cop was like, you're not Thor. Please put your clothes back on. But this guy was like, no, I'm Thor. So this cop took out a taser and tased this guy twice. And it had no effect on him. And that's when I was like, he's probably Thor. Right? What do we know about this guy? We know he likes telling people that he's Thor. And we know that electricity has no effect on him. And those are both very Thor things. I would have been like, I'm so sorry, Thor. Just continue about your naked Avengers business. Whatever that might be.
All right, we need to take a break, but there are so many more comics coming up next. I mean, so much more. It's insane. You should do something really sad on the break to offset all the laughs. Go talk to your grandma about death or eat a Hot Pocket or something. Laughs will be right back. Hey, the show's back on. This is gonna be good. I have an idea. Let's head over to my hometown, Temecula, California, to Pachanga Comedy Club. Here are some comics who brought their A game.
I love my parents. I don't care how much you love your parents. You're angry at something they did to you growing up, right? And I love how people ruin their own lives, they say, to get back at their parents. It's all just a bunch of crap. They're always, oh, I did drugs all day and never got a job because of my dad. Yeah, no. You do drugs all day and never got a job because it's fun. You want to get back to your parents, that takes more work. You got to do what I did. Let them pay for 7 years at college. Then on graduation day, say, I'm going to be a comedian. That works.
So I just read an article that said a lot of your personality is formed based on what your name sounds like, which I think makes sense. Like, my name's Kelsey. I think I seem like a Kelsey, right? You look at me and think, yeah, she cried when the Spice Girls broke up. She's done too many Jell-O shots before. Kelsey. It's a pretty, like, trashy sorority name. I know. It could be worse. My 19-year-old brother just told me that he's dating a girl named Majestic. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that she's a whore. Majestic? I know that that's not her fault that that's her name, but I can't see her growing up to have a classy career being named Majestic. Like, I guarantee in 20 years, we're not gonna see her being like, yeah, well, I opened my own dental practice, but we get some weird clients. I don't know if it's because we're called Majestic's Oral Services, or... What? It's just not in the cards for Majestic. But I think you can see that with other people's names, right? Like, think about what your name is. We kind of all grow into that. Like, if somebody's named Willow or Sunshine or Basil, you know that they're wearing homemade deodorant, right? And it's not working. Ever. Guys named Chad or Chaz have roofied at least 3 people. Yeah. If you're here with a Chaz tonight, put a napkin on your drink right now. Yeah. Because you're gambling. You're gambling.
Half black and half Asian if you're trying to figure my face out. That's what's happening. Top, that's what this is. You know what it is, black and yellow, all that is happening up top. Soon as people find out the ethnicity, questions immediately. Question I hate the most, which parent's black? Which parent is Asian? What does it matter? I'm here, right? I made it. People ask that all the time. I hate it the most. I hate it so much I've come up with a sarcastic answer for whenever someone asks. This guy asked me recently, hit him with my answer. I go, my mom's half black and half Asian. My dad's half black and half Asian. I just watched him freak the hell out. This dude was an idiot. He had a follow-up question. He goes, what about your mom's parents? Grandma is half black and half Asian. Grandpa's half black and half Asian. It's good that half of the adults in here understand what's happening on stage. The other half is confused and white and just staring at me with faces like, so which parent's black, bro? You gonna tell us? We're curious what's happening. I'll tell you, confused white America. You ever meet a black Asian person for the rest of your life? The mom's always Asian. End of joke, right there. End of joke, right there. It doesn't work the other way, so.
We're gonna take a break, but stick around. We have the geniuses of comedy coming up next. Okay, maybe genius is a little generous. Titans of comedy? Still too much? Laughs will be right back. Welcome back to Laughs. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson. Thank you for sticking with me. It means a lot, seriously. I would tear up if years on the road doing comedy hadn't rendered me completely heartless. All right, let's do this. More jokes, more fun. Here's Dustin Nickerson.
Big news in my life, I hit my 30s this year, and I've realized that 30s are the worst. Nobody cares about your 30s. It's this weird purgatory age where young people think you're old and old people think you're young. It's a weird, but you're going through transitions. Like, I have thoughts that I've never had before, new thoughts. I had this thought the other day. It was that time makes you bolder. And then I thought, children get older, and I'm getting older too. It's mostly just Fleetwood Mac lyrics. But don't stop thinking about tomorrow, okay? It'll be here, better than before. I'm in my 30s. I can do this all day now, all day. And you're going through physical transitions too. Your body's changing. Like sometimes I get sore now because I exercise or I sleep. That's all it takes. But sometimes when you're sore, I'll have older people in my life that I try and connect with, all right? And they're insulted when I bring it up. I'll be like, man, I played basketball yesterday and my knees really hurt. And they just look at you like, oh, really? Your knees hurt? Is that your original pair of knees? All my friends are dead, okay? And I'm stuck down here. Please help me up from this position, actually. If that'd be great, if you could help me.
We put every episode and our best bits on YouTube, even our naughty bits that couldn't quite make it on TV. Subscribe and check it out at youtube.com/laughstv show.
So I'm having a great year, by the way. Comedy career is going excellent. Got 2 kids and celebrating my 6-year anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, 6 years ago, my wife left my ass. Yeah, man, my family was happier than I was. They threw me a surprise divorce party and everything. They had a life-size piñata of my wife hanging from the ceiling when I walked in. Serious, man, we didn't even have sticks to beat it with. We just stabbed it with pocket knives all night. It was like, bitch. And you said it, they did a wonderful job. You should have seen this piñata. It looked just like her. And guess what? It was full of crap too.
I decided to become a vegetarian a few months ago, so I don't eat meat anymore. Well, I eat chickens and cows, but only when they're comatose and brain dead, so they still count as vegetables. Ooh. My friends say the reason that I'm single is because I'm too picky, but I don't think that's true. I like a lot of different types of guys, a lot of different lifestyles, skin colors, ethnicities, a lot of different types of guys who don't believe in God. But the one thing that all the guys I'm attracted to have in common is that they are small and frail. I like my guys like the third act of Interstellar, flimsy. And the reason for it, it's kind of crazy. I've never been a victim of domestic violence, but I'm so afraid that it's something that'll happen to me that I only want to date guys that I think I could beat the crap out of if I needed to.
Good stuff. When we get back, I got some Tom Simmons magic on lockdown for you. It's gonna be awesome. Stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Let's get one last laugh from our friend, Tom Simmons.
She said she doesn't want her children to see her addiction or to set a bad example. So she went on a television show and did both for union scale.
So then there's this with Tom Simmons.
People are getting addicted to more and more unbelievable substances. Just an unbelievable amount, okay? This 27-year-old Missouri woman, for example, named Evelyn, admits that she drinks 20 cans of fresh linen air freshener every week. Air freshener? 20 cans? My mother-in-law doesn't use that much air freshener, and she has irritable bowel syndrome. Her fiance Ricky said, I'm pretty sure it's an unhealthy thing because when you look at the can, it says it's flammable, which he's right. That's usually a terrible sign for a liquid. It's true what they say, a certain sense can take you to a whole different place. And in this case, it's the morgue. They listed 2 harmful chemicals on this water-based freshener, and guess what? She just pours it over ice and drinks it. I'm telling you, that's just careless, irresponsible, and stupid. Evelyn said, there's a million air fresheners out there, but the one I like is fresh linen. Fresh linen? She's the first woman ever to get turned on by a dryer without sitting on it. This is a woman that was on the Learning Channel? Why does it seem like the only people that are on that station are people who have never bothered to learn?
Can I say that? Is that okay to say?
This is the end. No, don't ask for any more. All right, the fat lady has sung. We left it all on the table and the field, and there's nothing in the chamber, and this party is over. Turn the lights off. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and I will see you next week. You know, for every person that subscribes, we feed 10,000 hungry children. Oh, no, we don't do that. I thought, we don't, I'm sorry. Did you already hit subscribe? Damn, okay, it's embarrassing. You know what, I'm gonna go make my nephew a sandwich. That'll fix it, right?